Some houses never get sold, some listings vanish quietly, and some neighborhoods whisper stories in hushed tones about one house they all try to forget. Tonight's tale is about a man who moved into such a house, a place the locals had nicknamed the house that listens. But as he would soon learn, it doesn't just listen, it answers. Turn down the lights, settle in by the fireplace, and listen carefully. Because if the house starts whispering your name, it's already too late. This is the house that whispers back. The house was too cheap. That should have been my first clue. 4 bedrooms, huge backyard, detached garage, $84,000. I thought it was a typo, but the realtor just smiled a little too widely and told me the previous owner left quickly. She didn't mention he left through the upstairs window. Without opening it first, I bought it anyway. Thought I could fix it up, maybe flip it. My name is Thomas, by the way. I work remote. I like quiet. I didn't realize the quiet would listen back. The first week was uneventful. Musty smell, a few creaks, old pipes, drafty attic, the usual. But on my 6th night, I heard a knock. 3 slow taps around 2:41 a.m. I checked the door. Nothing. Next night, it came again. This time from the hallway. Then the bathroom. Always 2:41 a.m. exactly. By night 10, I stopped checking, until the knock came from inside my closet. I started hearing whispers when the house was asleep. That's how it felt, like the house breathed when no one was watching. The voice was low, dry, like someone speaking through cracked lips and dust. It never made full sentences, just fragments, like, underneath, don't leave yet, he's still here. One night, I whispered back, who's still here? No response, until I got into bed and heard, you are. Old houses have secrets, right? I found mine behind a bookshelf that wasn't flush with the wall. Classic. Behind it, a narrow staircase descending into pitch black. I brought a flashlight. The stairs groaned under my weight like they hadn't been stepped on in decades. At the bottom was a small room, maybe 10 by 10 feet. No windows, stone walls. A single wooden chair sat in the center. Scratched into the walls, deep, uneven carvings, were names. Dozens of them, all first names, until I found one in the far corner. Thomas mine. I ran, but the whisper followed. Now we're together. I stopped sleeping upstairs. The window in the master bedroom had begun to open on its own, wide. Always at 2:41 a.m. I nailed it shut. It opened anyway. I tried sleeping in the living room, but the floorboard started creaking in a pattern. Footsteps, pacing in a slow circle around me. One night, I stared at the fireplace and saw, reflected in the glass of a framed photo, someone standing behind me. When I turned, I was alone, but the reflection remained for a second longer than it should have. I don't have a landline, but the old rotary phone in the kitchen started ringing anyway. It wasn't plugged in. I answered it once. There was breathing, labored. Then a man's voice whispered, "Tell her I didn't jump." I hung up. Seconds later, my cell buzzed with a voicemail. Same voice, same words. The call came from my number. I finally found a journal wedged between the kitchen cabinets. Belonged to the previous owner. He wrote in short, frantic entries. I stopped talking out loud. It gets louder when I speak. It likes stories. It repeats them back to me, but wrong. I heard my mother's voice. She's been dead 10 years. Don't believe the things in the mirror. That's how it learns. The final entry read, "I'm not me anymore. If you're reading this, get out before it whispers back." I stopped hearing the whisper for 2 nights. That was worse. Silence felt like holding your breath underwater with something brushing past your leg. On the 3rd night, the knocking returned. But now it moved. Tap, tap, tap. Down the hall, down the stairs, to the basement door. It opened on its own. I heard something crawling up the steps. Not walking, crawling. I grabbed my phone light and looked. Nothing. Until I turned around. There, pressed against the inside of the front window, was a face. Mine. I left. I didn't even grab clothes, just keys and my laptop. But before I could pull away, I saw it through the rearview mirror, the front door wide open, and something standing on the porch, wearing my hoodie, smiling. As I drove away, I got one last notification on my phone. From my smart speaker, still plugged in at home. Now playing, "Home, you are here." Some houses aren't haunted, they're hungry. And once they learn your name, they won't let it go. If this story chilled you, tell me in the comments. What would you do if you found your name scratched into a wall of a house you just bought? Like the video to help others find their way into the story, and maybe out again. And subscribe for more tales from the other side of the light.